Hello.
Hello, everybody. What's happening?
Surprise.
Mr. Ramsey, Chris Basinger in the house.
What's happening, man?
Dude, what's happening is I'm a little bummed because I couldn't find your selfie stick today. That's what's happening.
I kind of think it's probably still there.
Man, you sick again or what?
It's just still the same.
You sound a little bit under the weather, brother.
Yep,
So,
but that's all
how's
right.
how's the coyote?
I think we'll let more people come in before I start talking about it.
I did a little modification this morning on the little Vertex, the little Vertex.
What'd you do? Weights?
Well, we'll wait for more people to come in, and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, no, I ordered the weights, the wheel weights this morning or yesterday evening late, and yeah.
From
So
Red from Red Cat.
the cat that's red, yes, absolutely. I did. So I'm excited for the little simple mod I did, and I was kind of like really thinking about my little mullet truck and how everything's forward bias on the weight and how well it does. So, I've kind of put some of that thought process into this Vertex at the moment.
Which, that's what's neat, right? Whether they're scale or they're already built, to perform the same trickery can help make them better.
Yep.
And I was because of the Vertex, my wheels turn a little bit more. And so for the first time, and I don't think I really took a hard look at the Helamon until, when it was new, I did. But bro, it's a 14.2-inch wheelbase. So it's definitely bigger than, a 12.3, 12.7.
Yep.
And just like wingspan, it's bigger all around, and it's got cutting brakes and stuff like that. So it's got like individual dig
Yep.
basically here and there. And I'm like looking at that. I'm looking at the optic. Impressed by Kirk's Capra out there. And I'm just looking at this side of things with a different eye now than I had previously because I got one um and that Vertex, holy smokes, man, it was awesome. So I love my scale stuff, but I think there's room in my heart for a small and large thing that performs amazing. I'm glad to have it. And I don't mind hiking the trails, but it was kind of nice just being one spot and just like work it out. Like this week, I'm not 100%. Like I'm cool to stand there though and work those rocks. Yeah.
I think that's our plan for Sunday morning, honestly.
Well, that's why I've been working on getting a jump on this series I promised everybody on the Coyote on upgrades. And I've run into some real learning opportunities along the way that I want to kind of hold off. But yeah, interesting stuff.
Thinking about the coyote and the videos that you and I both produced and put out there, I think they were fantastic, number one. And I having the commentary between us three guys, being you, Kirk, and I, and being able to get our hands on these new trucks like that coyote and having another 10-3 in tow and seeing what Kirk's done to his truck versus the coyote out of the box and being able to reflect and talk about it. um dude, we've got a killer mix going on
It
right
makes
now
it
between
more
us.
than just opinion, right? Because you can quantify the opinions with action. And like
Absolutely.
Kirk's 10-3 never got a fair shake because that stinger bumper hurt him right away.
I think Kirk is working things out this week
Oh,
on
I
that.
think so too. So, but that steer bumper hurt him. And then without it, it would have leveled the playing field where then I would have had a slight advantage with some of the new design elements on the bottom and the overdrive 10% that I don't think he had.
Right. Did you have that overdrive kicked in when you were running that?
It's just in there. It's not switchable.
Oh, okay. So it was just built in. I
And
think one of the
I've learned
biggest.
a ton about the gearing, bro, over the last few days.
That's awesome, man. And learning your truck like that is awesome. That's why I love this little mullet that I put together out of nowhere
I
and
know.
build it up from the ground because, dude, I know the truck. I mean, I built it
Yeah.
from the ground up, and it's kind of like Misfit. I started out with all the extra little fiddles and bits and parts and did this and did that and had to buy this and buy that. But my plan was just to throw a truck together with all my extra crap parts that I had, and that didn't really work out completely that way. But I know this truck inside and out. That's
Well, you learn so much as you go. Um, and it is the hobby and just the way things are where it's like if you want anything that's not box stock, there has to be a willingness to dig in
Yep.
and
Yeah, and think it through.
think it through
But
and
you
suss
but
it
more,
out.
more importantly, you got to take that truck box stock out and drive it and put it through the paces like what we did with the Coyote on Saturday. Especially on those big boulders that we were on, dude, those things are massive. They're huge, and that's a gnarly course out there. And to be able to run it box stock and then know what you want to do to it. There was one point there where I rolled it by accident, but if that thing would have had a little bit of weight on the nose, it would have stuck where I was trying to put it.
Yeah.
But coming off of the Vertex and then driving that, I mean, completely two different platforms, but the Vertex is just so stable and the stance is so wide that, when you go back to a 10-3, it makes you work a little harder and make you think about things and makes you think about what your next move is going to be so you don't screw up the line and roll it.
That's right. And I think on these rigs, I said it in one of the videos, I think the intro for either the Vertex or the Coyote, but it's like there's a wider, bigger margin of error, so to speak, where it's just like a real gentle behaving airplane where you feel like there's tons of time to read what it's doing, what it wants.
Yep.
The scale stuff, when it
Absolutely.
it goes bad quick. So it can. And also you don't get an accurate read because the um the body's acting like a bump stop. Like this thing tells you the whole truth. The body is unobstructed, really. It's not bumping the wheels. So it's telling you what's up and what's coming up. It was cool to run, but both those rigs, it was fun to put them in positions to see if they could get out of. And it doesn't always go your way. Like I'll plan out where I want my front tire, rear tire to fall, whatever, things like this. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it slides down in a crack or whatever like that. But it was really cool having those out. And as far as the upgrades go, I had a whole list of things I wanted to do, and it was some of the things that are just available for this Coyote. According to the overview video that I watched from developers and on the Axial channel, they mentioned overdrive that you could add to it and dig and weights and things like that. Well, I followed that to the T and encountered some interesting obstacles that I'll discuss. But the first one I wanted to do was before I do servo and new motor and stuff like that, I really wanted to get a little bit of weight on the front and throw on a little more overdrive. The goal was to make it like 20, instead of 10, it's like 20.
Right.
And so I watched that video from the product developer and Connor Patton and Brian Nunez at Axial, and they put up on the screen the part numbers for the overdrive portal gears and the new ring and, you know, input gear pinion that you need in the differential, right? So I guess we'll start telling the story. So I got those parts.
Yep.
And I spent 2 nights filming the install for the tutorial on how to do it. The first night, and I've learned as I go, so I'm not mad at anybody. The first night, I go to putting these gears in the front because overdrive can be achieved 2 ways. You actually legit overdrive the front, or you underdrive the rear. So I go through all the trouble and not only doing it, but filming. So I got the part numbers off the video. I got it all right here too. And so you have to take the portal gears apart and pull the axles out to be able to get to the ring gear and spool and input drive anyway. Fine. So I got this thing blown apart. And I go to all the trouble. I get the input, the ring and pinion, you know, differential stuff out. Once I got everything blown apart. And I even looked at him and I'm like, man, this looks like the same thing I'm putting in. And you have to take the ring gear off the spool and bolt it back on. There's a lot to do. So I go through the trouble of changing the ring gear on the spool, put it back in, and I go to putting the portal gear recommendations in the portal boxes as well. And they're too big. They won't even fit in the portal box.
Oh no.
And the bore is too big for the shaft axle. I'm like, well, that's not right. So I think to myself, all right, now let's really get in the exploded diagram and look at these parts. So come to find out, the ring and, you know, input drive change that I made was 100% the same thing I took out. So no reason for that at all. And like I said, those portal gears don't fit in the boxes at all. So I'm like, okay. I look in Exploded. I look in the manuals. I'm like, all right, I see what I did here. I should have done this in the back. Right? So all day, I can't wait to get to it. Last night, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this dialed in now. And I go taking the back end apart. Same thing. Pull the portal boxes, pull the gears out, pull the axles out, undo the diff housing so you can get in there to the spool. And I'm thinking, so the spool, for context, this thing already has 10% overdrive, right? Out of the box.
Yep.
I've learned a lot. It's a 27 tooth big ring gear in the front and an 8 on the pinion. And in the back, it's a 30 and an 8 on the pinion. So depending on how you want to speak about it, it's an underdrive in the rear.
It's underdrive. Yeah.
It's an underdrive in the rear or an overdrive in the front, whatever, however you want to call it.
Right.
But the 27/8 ring and pinion is what's in the front, and the stock is a 30/8 in the back. Well, I'm still thinking I'm thinking I just got it wrong because I put it on the wrong end. And I'm like, well, because of the steering knuckles and stuff, the portal boxes are bigger on the back. Maybe that's where they're meant to fit. So I put And I put tape on the wheels. I had it dialed in where it's like 10 revolutions on the front and it's only 9 on the back. That makes sense. It's a 10% overdrive, right?
Yep.
So I do all the work on the back end. I put a new ring and pinion in there, the one that was recommended, because I'm thinking these guys know what, they're recommending. And I don't know gearing yet. I've learned so much in 2 days. And so I put in the same ring and pinion that's in the front, the 27x8.
Okay.
Okay. And once again, the portal boxes will not fit these other gear. So I'm like, you don't know till the end of the job. And I'm thinking, dude, I bet I don't have any overdrive now at all. So I put it back together because you have to put the stock portal gears back in because the big ones don't fit. I changed the ring and pinion to the same as the front now.
Right.
So they're both 27x8 instead of 27x8 and a 30x8. And guess what? No overdrive at all. The tutorial can be on how to lose your overdrive.
Yeah, you took it completely out.
I took it out.
And you can achieve the underdrive or overdrive, however you want to say. I would say underdrive by changing your gearing in the portal boxes too.
Yeah, if they fit. The ones that are
Well, yeah,
recommended.
absolutely. If it fits, sure.
So I've got this figured out now how to do it, but it's not with axial parts. So yeah, I put the identical same, ring and pinion in the back now. So it's 27x8 in the back, 27x8 in the front. I lost all overdrive. So it's just 1-to-1 like regular.
Right.
So at this point, I'm done filming the tutorial, right? And so I put my
No,
stuff.
I think that's a great tutorial. I think you should capitalize on it and be like,
I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own it.
How to F up your Coyote overdrive.
Following recommendations from the company. So because I have friends in the business, this morning and the day before, because I have friends in the business, let's say, I was like, hey, this isn't gonna work as described. I'm thinking they go in the back. I'll let you know. Well, no, they don't work in the back either. So I made the people that need to know aware of that today so they can fix it. And I found out what I need to do. And I learned so much on this road myself. So the numbers, until they seem backwards. So like 27.8 in the front, 38 in the back, you're in your mind, you're like, okay, which one's going faster? The smaller number is going faster. The 27x8 is going faster. That's the overdrive in the front. And the 30x8 is slower in the back. That's why when I put the 27x8 in the back, I eliminated all I had.
Yeah, because your worm gear is making more revolutions around the other gear and it slows it down. Yeah.
The diff takes 3 more teeth to get around. So it's slowing it down. So the way I can add more, because at this point now I'm determined to get it. Right. And the 10 was cool, but I wanted 20 or, whatever. So I actually have a graph and the part numbers for some Vanquish parts that I need to actually make this happen. And interesting to note that the 27x8 front gear and the 30x8 rear gear gives you 11%, which is the stock out of the box 10 they're talking. I found a gear set that's 33x8 that gives me the 22% overdrive.
There you
So
go.
that's just on the ring and pinion. I also found, oh, where did I put it? The Vanquish Portal gears as well are a 15 by 20 gear combo.
And that'll slow you down even more.
And the stock ones are 23 by 12. So if you ask me,
That'd speed it up, wouldn't it?
that's what I'm saying.
I think you need to buy the ring and pinion gears that you're talking about and put those
And
in
just
and
live with 22.
give yourself the 22. Because honestly, Ryan, my mullet is like 40. It's I think it's like 47 or 48%.
It can get tough
Because
on the drivetrain.
yeah, absolutely. And you can start breaking stuff pretty easily, which you've seen before. But with that truck specifically, I think the too low transmission is dissonance like 30. I think out of the box it was like 33 or 34%. Go away, dog. And then I've got the portal reduction as well. So I am right about at 48%. And it's too much. It's too much. Downhill stuff absolutely sucks with that truck because the back end's just wanting to just push the front end around at that point.
And I mean, I'm not the smartest guy, but my layman's logic says that 15 by 20 is not that far off 2312. It's which gear has the 3 teeth.
Bro,
So
yeah.
you lose 3 teeth on the axial gear being 12 instead of 15, and you get them on the big gear 23 instead of 20.
I think it would speed you up.
You think the
I
15
I
by
think
20
I
speeds you
think
up?
that will counteract what you're trying to accomplish with the gears to get you to 22%. I think you need to change the ring and pinion and be done with it in the
And leave
back end.
22. Yeah.
Yeah. Put some a little bit of weight up front and call it good. Because honestly, that truck doesn't need a whole lot at all.
No, I just
A
wanted to
little
do,
finesse.
my thing was I wanted to like do the recommended bits. And so I learned that you can't. So here's the interesting thing about the portal gears that were recommended that don't fit at all in either box. They are for the Helaman, which is the big 8 scale deal.
Makes sense.
And then I looked at Capra, every other 10.3. I looked through all the other parts listings. There are no other axial alternatives to achieve what I'm talking about.
The only way you could do it is maybe in the transmission. If not, then you would have to drop that back axle out and put a different portal axle in it. If you wanted more, if you wanted more than the 22%.
I'm cool with 22. And I'm already using a Vanquish ring gear to make it happen.
Yeah, I would stop there, add a little weight to the nose, and the tires are fantastic. The platform is fantastic. I know there's
Yeah,
some guys out there saying that the chocks are too long and whatever, but
that's an easy fix.
dude, you can that's easy.
That's an easy fix. That's what's fun about it. And so,
The
yeah, I ordered now the big round brass weights are gone, but the portal covers are available. So I ordered those yesterday because I want something different and the ring gear. I think I got to check because I would want something different about this truck when I get it back out,
Right, for sure. Yeah, and I know Kirk's doing some work to his, so it'll be interesting to see how you guys battle it out come Sunday if you
I mean,
both
I
are ready.
like my tires.
I to me, the first thing I would have done if I ever buy a Coyote, the first thing I will do is pull it out of the box. Second thing I will do is not even power it up like I do everything else that I buy at 10 scale, and I will rip the brushed motor out of it and chuck it in the river, and I will put a Fusion 1800 in it. That truck needs a Fusion 1800 all day long, and that'll make a big difference within itself. Like with me with the Vertex, I'm actually in the process. I'm gonna order another receiver so I can put my computer radio on this thing and dial it in a little bit better. I just, get rid of the stock radio, even though it works fine. I just, I'm used to having my computer radio on the SCX6s and everything else. And I know where I like to have things set at with dual rates and whatnot. And I want to dial this truck in a little more with my computer radio.
Nice. So what is that, Fry Sky or something?
It's no, I forget what brand it is right offhand. But it's been a good radio to me. And I've got, I don't know, 7 or 8 trucks on it, maybe more.
So yeah, I'll skip the portal gears then.
I wouldn't mess with them. I would start with your ring and pinion in the back and get your
22.
22% and go from there. If you still think it needs more, then you need to drive my jacked up little portal wagon I got sitting here and being the misfit truck, the mullet, and really decide if you think you really want more underdrive, because it's not worth it in my opinion.
Well, my Vanquish Phoenix has 2 overdrives. It's like a 20 and a 40. And 40 is ridiculous. And 30 was the max that I wanted to go, but 20 is like pretty okay. 20-ish is where I'm at now with the Vanquish
Phoenix.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. And for these
So,
trucks, I think the 20 to 30% range is good for just rock crawling. Like I said, if I could reduce mine a little bit on my mullet, I would, but I'm used to it now, so I just leave it alone. But you know,
otherwise, I like the tires. I really do. I could change them, and I could put hex adapters and get a little wider.
that's the other thing we talked about on Saturday. I that's another quick little addition that I would do to that truck is I would make the stance a little bit wider. But those tires are amazing. Whatever compound that is, that compound is not a G8 compound. I know
No,
Kirk was
this
talking.
is
We were talking about it. It's not a G8 compound.
no the ready to run Pro Line stuff is different than the American made Pro Line stuff.
Yep. It sucks that here's the thing. It sucks that they glued those damn wheels onto those tires.
No.
I mean, I wish that they would just put beadlocks on there, and that way
You can
you
buy
can.
Trepidors, but they're different than these.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they're not the same compound. Exactly. So anyway, so what I wound up doing this morning to the Vertex, while we're talking about noodling with our new toys, is again my mullet. Everything is forward biased, and it does pretty damn amazing for what it is. So with this Vertex, I'm like, you know what, this thing's so amazing out of the box. So I ordered the wheel weights, like I said earlier, and those will be here probably early next week. And the other thing that I did,
No,
go
you
ahead.
go ahead. I'll get to this in a minute.
So the other thing that I did was and I'll actually just show you guys right now because I got it sitting here and I got my camera set up. But the other thing I did was cut the one side of the let me get this guy off here. You'll see it right away. You see what I did? I cut the one end off from my battery, my front battery compartment, and I put this 3600 back in there. And when I ran this, or when we ran this Saturday, I had 2 of these 3600s, one on each side. So now I'm like forward bias weight, and these 3600 force cells weigh 12.7 ounces. And I think the wheel weights that I ordered or that they made for this, I think they're like 11.5 ounces. So essentially, if I can keep this 3600 up front up here, I'm putting 1.5 pounds of weight forward of center of gravity. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this thing runs. There you can see what I did. See how I cut that out? That battery compartment?
Yeah, awesome.
Right here. Yep.
Yeah, you're getting it up front a bunch. That's killer.
A ton, absolute ton. And I'm looking forward to running this on Sunday with you guys and see what the changes are like, at least for the battery part of it. But like I said, I won't have the wheel weights till, next week at some point. But I love this thing. Guys, if you're thinking about getting one of these things, I think Kirk and Ryan and I all three can, if you watch the video, my run video or Ryan's run video, it's pretty straightforward that this thing is just a complete rock animal.
It is. It is purpose built, and they did a good job. And the links in the description.
So
Which
that's
gears
my
did
fun.
you get in the base camp, Chris? Did they come in a package? Is there any kind of part number or what? Are they portal gears or are they like transmission gears? Is it like two gears put together or two individual gears? Let me know. No part number.
So
It's probably, I don't know what those are for. I got one of those in my Coyote as well. I don't know if it's something you have to use if you're doing the dig or what they send that for. Once I take my transmission apart, I'll see if they're the same. Like I was literally counting teeth yesterday.
You want me to read the manual for you?
It doesn't say. I bit my tongue there.
I had to say it.
I read mine. And
So they send you gears that doesn't explain what they're for?
Nope. And the shims and everything that were on my spool and ring and pinion, the exploded diagram doesn't show the shims. So when you take stuff apart, you got to pay attention how it came apart.
Yep.
I mean, it's what it is. Yeah, I mean, the base camp already is dialed in. You've got a base camp. It's already on portals. There's no overdrive.
I don't think my base camp is portaled.
Your base camp builder's kit is not going to be portal.
Yeah, no, it's straight axle.
Yeah, the base camp builder's kits are straight axle, but the base camp RTRs are all portal. Yep. And that's why I like those builder's kits, because they're straight axle.
So Kirk's is portal, his 10.3 that he was running the other day with you.
And it was a base camp or a Rubin. No, his was the C10.
The C10 base, yeah.
Base camp.
So I wonder if is that all the same gearing?
Yeah,
more probably is, right?
The only difference was like the shocks and the tires and the body over a base camp.
And the killer bumpers, dude, get rid of bumpers. If you guys are running anything rock crawling, get rid of the bumpers.
Well, I like something for the body. I can't stand the body noise. But you don't need a big stinger. I mean, that's why I didn't like the CJ7. My CJ7 would have done actually okay out there if it wasn't for the stinger bumper. And then I saw that with Kirk on his thing. It was like that stinger bumper was what killed him.
What's up, Kirk? I see he said hi, Luelio.
Yeah. And then the Capra was awesome.
His Capra is awesome. My mullet and his Capra, they kind of run and tow with each other. There's not a whole lot that either.
Bro, the Helaman has my attention because it's like, it's not the Vertex, but it's not 10 scale. And it's like, it might be kind of cool. It's like a Capra, but big, but not as big as a Vertex.
Get 3 of them so we can all run them.
Yeah. Sure.
Dude, I was thinking about what my
We
next
can't
one's
get our
gonna be.
videos over 300 views on these things. I can't. I mean,
Bro,
you did on the
my
Vertex, but
Vertex video got on. It's pretty close to 1,000, I
you're
think.
pushing 1,000, I'm sure.
It's not bad for nobody. I got some subscribers out of it though, which I was happy about, you know. It was it's nice to, have people comment on the videos and stuff because it does take a little time. Dude, I was up at 4:30 the other morning working on that stinking video. It's crazy.
Well, there wasn't no editing. What'd you do to it?
No, I'm talking about the coyote video that I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's
we kind of flip flopped where like my Vertex video is really short and yours is long, and my Coyote video is long and yours is short.
Yeah, I think it was like 8 minutes or something like that. If I would not have rambled at the beginning of it, it probably would have been perfect. But whatever. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sent that coyote link to Pete, and he texted me right back. He was like, "Ha!" He's like, "I've already seen it." He goes, "I saw it as soon as you launched it." And he was like, "I love hearing you guys banter back and forth."
Yeah, there's more of it on mine because I left it long on that one.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch yours again. Nah, we're having fun with it. But you know what? Here's what I was gonna say was, dude, like right before the show, I was upstairs working on airplanes, man. I took my B2 bomber apart, put it back in this original box. This never been flown. My V1200 never been flown. I got all these airplanes. My Corsair broke down. Dude, I've got like 8 airplanes I'm bringing to the weekend show on Saturday.
I have to. It's going to be an all-nighter. Me getting my stuff ready and loading them into 2 cars, and then having standby for a second trip.
Bro, I'm not doing a second trip. I'm priced to sell and I'm out of there.
I am. Well, I mean, I will be as well, but I want to get rid of more than I can bring. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah. I mean,
I live close, so you didn't know it yet, but you're going to be working, my stuff too while I go get.
nice. That's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Yeah,
easy.
I'm looking forward to it because all I can think of is like, all right, I'm getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and what am I gonna fill the space with? Just a fraction of it.
I know. I'm like Helaman, Optic,
I want
maybe.
a Mojave,
Which size?
either a 4 or 6, doesn't matter.
Those are fun.
Yeah, for some reason I just want one.
I got a little one.
I see it up there. I see it, and I
Yeah,
kind of want it. Kirk says stop. He just texted me. He goes, stop rambling. Well,
yeah,
why
man.
don't you come join us and ramble with us?
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I talked all this upgrade stuff on the base camp or the Coyote, um, because they mentioned it. Like the only thing, if it was just me and it wasn't like they're talking about other overdrive and stuff, I would do, what I always do. Like eventually, when the servo quits, I'll get a better one and then I'll go brushless. Um, but man, I'm pretty excited about the comp kind of aspect. Not because I want to comp, but I mean just the performance. And it's like, yeah, there's stuff I want to do here. I want to play with those springs. I want to play with the overdrive. I just ordered that other ring gear just now.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, and I've mentioned this before, I think, but like my mullet truck, my back shocks, my desert lizards, they're not set up the same as the front ones because I'm weird like that. I was like, I want to put a different spring in the backs. I want to put a different shock oil in there so they react differently because all my weight's up front. So
Exactly.
you don't have any weight in the back, so you have to adjust accordingly to get your suspension to ride right and to react properly. So, that's another big factor when you start messing with a truck like that. The new one from Vanquish. I mean, you'd have to do the same thing.
That's right. And
If that kit comes with wording in it that you have to do something different to your back shocks and your front ones, I would be shocked if they didn't somehow spell that out in there and give you some type of direction, because you can't use the same suspension parts in the back as you do the front.
I mean, maybe you can, right? I mean, like if the front end's carrying a bunch of weight, let's say you set up the shocks identical and you want it stiffer in the back, not because it's heavy, but because you want it to help. If it's stiffer in the back, it holds more pressure on the front. If it's way loose in the back, then the front can get light. You kind of want that weird counterbalance, right? I mean, I've heard guys talk about having them. You don't need them to be stiff in the back, but you may want them to be stiff in the back to help keep the front planted.
Right.
So there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, man. So yeah, I'm happy with this thing. I like it as a canvas to see what I can get out of it. And I'm just I was hoping to have how to do the overdrive video done, and I hit the wall twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's a perfect starting platform.
But I figured it out. So I'll have 20. I'll have the weights. If I want to change tires to tires that have brass rings in the front, I can easily do that as well. I'll steal them from my Scout. It's up there.
Yeah, you got enough brass on that.
Well, the Mint Julep has brass rings in the tires and a front diff cover. But I can take those tires off, throw them on here.
Gotcha. Kirk says they recommend Underdrive in portals with ring and pinion. So yeah, that's makes sense.
And that's what they did. It's the 3012s. He did a 2114 to get 24% overdrive. Nice. And he's doing his at the portal boxes where I did mine at the ring and pinion.
Kirk, did you just do that this week? I know he's been we're gonna see a different 10-3 from him come Sunday, I think.
Yeah, man.
Because that walk of shame and him rolling over 10 times and me, giving him some about it. He was like, yeah, watch this, Klein. I'm gonna show you up.
Well,
so yeah.
I wanted to get a little more done on this, but I'm 2 nights in, a wrenching right back where I started.
Oh, circle back now, you hear?
Man. Now I know what I'm talking about. Now I do have the dig conversion kit, and that's why I went for the overdrive first, because I'm going to use it more. I mean, it's always there.
Right.
The dig is like just only when you want it would you put it in. And I'm looking forward to that as well. But I was like, dude, the overdrive, no big deal. I'll knock it out. I knocked it out twice and ended up at the same spot. So be careful what you say in videos, man, because people believe you. Like I remember when I watched a video to do the reverse thrust on my Viper, and I watched it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I watched the F16 video to do it.
Yep.
And the F16 doesn't have flaps, so I got my channel numbers off by 1 and double assigned a function. But yeah, I'm ready to get the dig in here, just so I can play with my new DX5, my DXC Plus.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. Look at that. So dude, I think this Vertex would be fun with dig.
Vertex is fun.
Period. Dude, I watched.
How did we not play with the overdrive, dude, if it was just a flip of a switch?
I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I was just having fun with it just right out of the box the way it was. It was performing super well.
It did super well, but there's a couple spots, like if you watch through the videos, it's like if there was overdrive in it.
Yep, it would have pulled it.
it had conquered. It still conquered it. It just would have done it sooner.
Well, we'll try it Sunday. We'll try it Sunday for sure with having one of these 3600 batteries up front. Because like I said, that's another 12.7 ounces forward weight. And where they were mounted at over the weekend when we did the run videos on it, they were pretty much center, right at CG.
It still was awesome.
So it'll act different come this weekend for sure. And then we'll take it out again the weekend after that, and it'll act even more different.
That's why I need a Helamon or something, bro.
Well, I think you need a Vertex, man. I watched West Desert Wheeler's video on his Vertex. And, that dude's just got such a nice playground out there anyways in Utah. But I was impressed with what he was able to do with his Vertex right out of the box. And the stuff it was climbing, I'm like, yeah, man, I can relate. Dude, you guys, whoever's watching in here, man, you guys need to buy one.
It's
so
good.
good.
It's good. Yeah. It's good.
I think I made that clear in my video though.
Yeah. It is pretty good. It is pretty good, man.
So
comments in my video talking about like, when are you going to 3D print a body for one? Well, I got to have one first.
The more I look at this and the more that I think about what we experienced on Saturday,
the more you want to leave it alone.
I don't want to mess with it. I don't think.
Exactly. We got for that.
The only thing that I might do to this and that optic body that I started just fabbing, that would probably go on here. Okay. That I was going to put on the SCX6. Nice. That would be a body to put on there.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't want to mess with it. I don't.
That would be pretty wicked with a cage, dude, and panels.
That's what I'm thinking. So, it just, again, it goes back to like something big like this with the big stance on it, and the tires are out front of everything. My tires are just barely out front of the front of my little mullet. And you can go right straight up to anything and climb right straight up the damn thing. And that's how this thing is. And I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to screw it up by putting a 3D printed body on it. I don't.
Yeah, we got stuff for that. You know what I mean? I need to find a 1996 Ford Ranger STL file for a guy.
A 96 Ford Ranger?
I found one, but I don't know if I like it. The files.
Why don't you like them? What about it don't you
windows
like?
In it. It's got the windows in it already, and they're like, you know what I mean, plastic. File.
Cut them out.
Yeah, it's not that easy, is it? I mean, how do you do that? They're complex shapes. It's not just squares.
I would cut them out with.
You might cut them out.
I'd cut them out in either probably Fusion.
Yeah, I can't work that.
No big deal. Man, where's everybody at tonight? It's quiet.
They just don't like you that much, dude.
It's quiet, man.
Or me. I was gonna tell everybody that if they want to see me cuss, join channel memberships, and I'll put out the tutorial on how to remove overdrive from your vehicle.
Jeez.
Yeah, Dad, how are you doing, man? Dad had his surgery Monday. He's recovering, but he may be splitting out early tonight, you guys.
Well, I'm glad everything went okay for him there on the surgery.
Give him some love in the comments and give me some love on my channel. I'm 6 away from 22,800.
Oh, I'm right behind you. I just hit 142.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the trick to views on these things is getting them when all the new guys get them before everybody's had one.
Right.
It's tough
Dude,
at that point.
bro, if anybody wants to hear Ryan get testy and cussy tonight, let's talk about the axial SCX 30.
What's that thing? If you got nothing nice to say, listen,
Bro,
I just don't have an opinion. It's stoic. Listen, I bet they're cool. I think they'll do fantastic. The 24 scale is too small for me. 18 scale is kind of too small for me to want to mess with. They're cool. It's fine. And if that's what you like, then go, baby. I like bigger.
Yeah, I do too. And when I saw that, I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, it's okay, it's cool that they can do a full proportioned, you know, uh vehicle that can sit in the palm of your hand. That's cool. I give them props on that. But like I said to a couple people yesterday in text, I'm like, you'd have to take it to a damn jewelry store to have somebody work on it for you. I mean, my eyes are getting bad and I'm not even 50 yet. I can't imagine. Dude, can you imagine doing a swap on your rear end with that at
No,
1 o'clock in the morning, sipping on
no,
a cup of coffee?
no.
There's no way. I don't get it. I don't understand.
I mean,
I'm not dissing it either, but
yeah, it's not for
it's
me.
just it's not my gig, man.
I mean, the 24th isn't for me either. Like, there's a part of me that wants everything because I want to know how to work it, but that's it. And then there's other stuff I want it because I want to know how to work it and love on it.
Chris dropped the tire and now it's gone. Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Good luck finding the nuts and screws.
Dude, you'd have to get the shop vac out to find the damn tire somewhere laying on the floor. Like I said, I'm not dissing Axial, but man, that thing is too
No,
small.
no. I mean,
So Red Cat announced a 132nd, Basinger said. I might have to look that up.
I
SCX 99. Yeah.
don't care. I don't care. Even the baby Capra or whatever is like what 1/18th, and it's almost 1/10 size or something. And I don't care. You know,
Dude, you know what? Axial needs to come out with they need to launch a Helaman that's like this Vertex size or like the SCX6.
bro.
That would be
Did you see
that would be awesome.
Traxxas re-released the X Max with the Bigfoot body on it, bro?
Yeah, I saw that. I forget where I saw
Everybody's
it.
in Vegas right now for the NURSA show.
Yeah, I saw Matt and Josh.
I've been to that show.
You see Josh giving Matt a hard time about his shirt today?
No, but that's where I met Harley at NURSA.
Oh, yeah.
But
I want to go to Pro Line by the fire, dude.
seriously, man.
You know, that actually is depending on what time of the day you drive. Victor, if Victor was here, he'd tell us. But from my corporate office in Orange County over to there would probably only be probably 45 minutes.
Well, let's get an independent contractor job to
And
justify going out there.
and
And
and I got a condo that we can stay at out there.
I mean, I'll mop the floor,
So
whatever.
and I don't
Honestly,
feel
I
like
can work from there. If I can bring my laptop, I can work anywhere.
yeah, well, that's a nice option to have. But yeah, I would love to go to Proline by the fire. When is
But
that?
man,
Is that is
how do you get all your rigs there if you fly?
well, I think you can well, you know what I would do? I would actually buy a container a small container and put a couple of them in it and ship it to my corporate office. That's what I would do, and just fly out there.
Well, that's the
Take my
way to
back,
do it.
take my
Yeah,
backpack and a couple overnight things, and go.
mind offloading some bodies. My next big one. I'm gonna print ASA or PETG or something different. I think.
Well, you got some ASA there, so you should be
Yeah,
able to do another one.
I've had some deals in the works too. It's just like, come on, bro. If this guy would answer up, man, I'd have had it printed already.
Hey, speaking of that, Chris, is your buddy still? Oh, I didn't see him in here, but is he still interested in buying the Blazer body?
You'd know. You know what I
He said
mean?
it was. He said it was going to be a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Core
Yeah.
core scale SCX4. That's what I'm talking about,
I'm
Chris.
surprised. I mean, I'm a little surprised. I mean, these companies look at the market and try to determine what to do, obviously, but I'm surprised Traxxas doesn't have a big crawler. And it would be like their little ones, but big. So it'd probably be portal and 2-speed,
They should do a Defender body on a big, because I don't own a Traxxas, and why I don't know. But at some point, I need to follow along with Chris's lead on his TRX4, that kit he's got or he bought. I need
Yeah.
to do something like that too. That'd be kind of fun to put together because there's a lot of internal working parts on one of those.
Yes. And you can get the sport version that's just locked diffs, or you can get the full TRX4 that's locked diffs and 2 speeds.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
2 speeds has proven to be pretty fun. I don't care about the locking, unlocking diffs really,
Yeah.
but it is nice
Oh,
if you're going to bash around in second gear to open up the diffs.
dude, although Pete sent me a video that he did on Sunday, I think it was, with that what's that system that you've got that you haven't put in something yet, that the cross link up the front, cross link, and then you make a two-wheel drive?
Yeah, there's a new one for 10.3s, bro.
Dude, he's got a I'll have to send it to you. He sent it to me the other night. He's got a killer video of him running his. Dude, it's like Baja Ray Central.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
With a crawler. With a crawler, dude. I was like, how cool is that?
Yeah, they got new tires and stuff for those too, and everything. So you know how our tires are like 475? They got some Baja tires for this kind of sand. What do they call those, man? What do they call those desert rigs when they're like that with the I-beam? Pre-runner.
There you go, pre-runner. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man. So they got these smaller tires now. I should show them to you, but they're new. They're like 4.45
Oh
instead
wow.
of 3.75.
Dude,
And I have that I-beam kit. I've been dying to do it, but the I-beam kit I have is for a 10.2. So I need a 10.2 to do it. But this new one's for a 10.3, G. Is it out already? You can't be talking about that.
I've got
Bro, hold on a minute. You can't be saying it if it's not out.
I've got a nice 10-2 sitting here in the cabinet. That's like brand new, if you know who I'm talking about, that never comes out here and runs it. I could put that beam kit on that.
Did he get a 10.2?
Deadbolt?
Did he get a new one?
No, Dan. No, Dan's deadbolt is in my closet in here. The 10-2.
Hold on real quick. Isn't it all dialed in? I thought he bought all the stuff.
It is. He bought a bunch of stuff, and I tricked it all up.
Hold on a minute.
Word of the wise, do not try to rotate the servos in the TRX4 chassis kit by hand. Why is that, Chris? I'm not familiar with Traxxas at all. Kind of curious what you mean by that. Kirk, have a good evening. It's almost his bedtime.
I know what it means.
Chris was asking about do not rotate the servos in the TRX4 chassis by hand. What does that mean?
It means don't cycle them.
Yeah, I understand that, but why not?
Because they'll break.
Why is that? I'm full of questions tonight. I mean, you can cycle any other servo by hand.
Don't cycle that one, I guess.
Are they plastic gears or what?
I mean, probably. It's just a shift servo. Tiny.
Gears are tiny. That's wild. That's why I stay away from Traxxas. Ha! Yeah, man. No, I got Dan's deadbolt in here. Dude, check this out. Dude, that's probably the nicest looking deadbolt that you'd ever see after 2 years.
I remember selling them that.
Yeah. He's got the winch and got the lights all on and everything.
Dude,
and you know what? It's got I actually put I know I shouldn't even say it, but I put the Enjora portals on this. Like my old one did.
Nice.
But the motors in this that you sold him, that Spectrum, it's not a 2-in-1, but dude, that thing is hot. This thing is so quick and so fast. This would be the truck to do the I-beams on the front of it.
Well, yeah, I got this set of 10-2 I-beams up here. I can't do nothing with.
Dude. Yeah, this thing would be so fun on those. And I got him that CJ last Christmas. This truck would be so fun on those. Man.
I've been wanting to do one of those. That's why I got that kit.
But after watching Pete's video, I'm like, dude, that looks like so much fun. I told him, I said, it makes me want to put a 4S pack in one of my SCX6s and just drop the front drive shaft out from underneath it and go have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
SCX6, drop the front drive shaft and just go run it in 2-wheel drive and have a blast.
I don't know, man. I don't think I would.
Too much mass, too much weight.
It's just like it's already 4-wheel drive, man.
I know, but dude, it'd be so fun just to go.
The I-beam thing, what you get for losing the 4-wheel drive is that wicked suspension, the way it drops out.
Right.
I'm texting you. Hold on.
So yeah, Chris did answer me. Yeah, your buddy's still interested in the Blazer body. Cool.
So yeah, I need a 10-2 so I can use that I-beam kit. Maybe someday there will be a 10-3 kit.
Right.
That'd be cool.
That would be fun. Because it would make sense for them to do that because there's so many 10-3s out there. Huh?
What's Kenobi say when he gets to the city? Like, there's nothing to see here.
Brother, you're talking to the wrong guy when it comes to Star Wars.
There's nothing to see here. You
Nothing.
didn't hear anything.
See here or not do anything. Got nothing. I got nothing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But it's what. But you know, you make a valid point though. That there's so many 10-3s out there, it would make sense for him to do something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think when the 10-2 I-beam kit was announced, people were like, why?
Right?
Isn't this? I mean, I know why it's not compatible because the bits are different. Not just the knuckles, but I think the way things mount up is different. So, but all for the better. You know, I mean, the 10-3 is 10-3 because the drive shafts, the way they work on 10-2s and 10-3s are completely different than the way they worked on the OG.
Right on.
Yeah, they're different. So yeah. And that's why. So I wouldn't mind picking up a 10-2 and doing a pre-runner. Maybe I finally get my Volkswagen Bug in, or I could make I still have a clear Lexan Matt's Off-Road Recovery Morvair body that needs to do something.
You got a lot of projects over there that are sitting kind of in the breeze, waiting to be finished.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot, but a few.
I just want to make sure I stay in RTR town a little bit. You know, I want to get out the Typhon and the Little Mojave and romp them. I want to use this DXC Plus on some stuff. And literally, if I knew that my overdrive efforts were going to be nothing but a learning experience, I would have went ahead on the dig job. But
right.
I wanted to start with what I thought was easier and most impactful.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's going to be weights. You know, the weights is and a little more. I ordered that ring gear, so I might have it before Sunday. So I'll be at 22% overdrive with a little bit of front end weight. And yeah, I wish these tires were beadlock because if they were, I'd throw the brass rings in these stock tires.
Well, you know what? Wouldn't be the first time that anybody's ever taken the glue joint apart on tires. I've done it a few times. I did all the glue joints on most of them, I think, on my Sen 450. And I think if I remember right, I actually took the tires off of the original rims on Kirk's Sen 450 and mounted up regular Hyrex tires on them.
These rock shooters are already ready to go, bro. Brass rings in the front, the right size. I just take them off of this and put them on there.
Yeah, but dude, those tires though on the Coyote, the compound that's on those, whatever it is, those things stick like glue, man, compared to a lot of other tires. If you could get them things broke off of there and get beadlocks on there,
I'll never do it.
Man.
I'll never do it. And like these are BFGs and they're pretty good too, to be honest. And so they're the Proline hole shooters. They already got brass rings in them. They're 475s. I've got another set already mounted up, but these are smaller. So I don't know. I may put these small ones on here and rob these and put them on there.
Yep.
Maybe. Who knows?
And
they're dual, and these are also dual stage foam. So it would be, these are Vanquish dual stage foams in this Scout. And these are the tires that were on my Willys wagon. And so I would be trading dual stage for dual stage, different tread, but brass rings in the front. So that and the portal box covers that I got coming, that'll give me enough weight up front to be pretty much happy with that. A little more overdrive and then see what's up. The next thing will be power system and dig.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch that thing grow. You know, see every time we go out how it gets better. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kirk's got up his sleeve on his too.
Guarantee there's no stinger on it.
There's I From what I understand, there's not. It's gone.
I mean, that's what hurt the CJ.
Hey,
I mean,
how much does that coyote weigh out of the box? Does it say anywhere?
that stinger, it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, get rid of it. You don't need
It
it on
takes
there.
that so far. The coyote out of the box.
Because I'm curious. Because
Not very much, but it doesn't say. I'll look it up.
so I'm actually weighing my little mullet truck. It's right at 5 pounds. This truck is ready to run.
Let me see if it tells me.
It's not a huge deal, but I am kind of curious.
I'm 5.25 pounds with the battery.
5.25. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So yeah, you put a little bit of brass on the front of that, and that's what the battery came with it. So that was a what, 2S or a 3S?
3S 1300.
A 3S 1300. So I'm curious. So this is a 3S 2200. So I'm 5 ounces. So yeah, you put a little bit of brass up front and maybe put just a hair heavier battery pack in that because you're already forward with that, and put that 22% underdrive in that. I think you'll see a big difference in performance out of it.
I think so. I think so. It doesn't need much, but it's just fun to play with.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, we've made stuff that shouldn't do well. These scale rigs, we've made some do pretty good that shouldn't, which
Yep,
is super fun.
for
So
sure.
you don't really run out of room on these to do some of that, you know?
Yeah, that's the nice thing about the 10 or the 10 threes or any kind of 110 scale crawler. There's so much aftermarket options out there. I would love to do some other things with this Vertex, but it's just not there yet. And the sixes are the same way. The SCX6 is there's not a whole lot out there unless you want to spend a bunch of money on the Vidavon,
For real.
you know?
For,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I'm pretty okay with those the way they come. I'm like, yeah, more steering, strength on the servo is about all I want on them.
Yeah, and apparently there's something you can do with the steering on the front of this Vertex with the Ackerman connection on it. And I gotta go back and watch a video or two and see, but you can change this to give yourself a little bit more steering angle with the
Oh,
Ackerman. So I need to go back and watch the video and see and maybe attempt that as well. And it
yeah.
gives you a few more degrees of steering angle, which would
I
be nice
wonder,
with the underdrive.
it could be nice. I wonder if you lose any strength for that because you got to think about leverage somehow is coming into play. Is it weaker doing more than it is left alone? Is my question.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, it comes down to depending on really what it is that changes.
Well, it's got to be geometry, right? If it's going to be more, that means
Yeah, but
that to me it sounds like the forces on the servo against it would be increased as well.
yeah, I need to watch. It was actually Joe on ExoCage that actually showed it. I need to go back and watch that and see what he did, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially on a truck just, 12 and a half pounds and
It's always a trade-off somehow. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
get a stronger servo, right?
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
impressed with that servo as it is. But
it
yeah,
did, it
you
did
could
pretty
always
good.
go stronger, you know what I mean?
But it's like the
But
same size as the six servo and it's half the weight. So it should, it should perform better, right?
yes. And it's different manufacturer and everything else. So who knows? It may be better on specs, plus it's in a
Well,
lighter rig.
I never had any problems with my X-Flight steering servo in my OG Ascent, the blue one. When they first came out, I bought one of them and I never had a problem with that servo. But I don't, if how should I say it? I do beat on my trucks, but not enough to actually just really see where the breaking point is. When I
Yeah.
started doing this a couple years ago, yeah, I was breaking shit every time I went over to Kirk's house. I'd come home with a truck that it was in pieces because I didn't know how to drive.
Yeah. You learn on which binds to just pick it up out of and which to try to take.
Yep.
Like I've never wanted a servo so strong it's gonna break my panhard or anything else.
Well,
But I do want it to do what I tell it to do. It doesn't have to
right,
move rocks out of the way, but I want it to my gauge on that is there's some situations where I expect it to not be able to do what I ask it.
right.
And that's when you're really weighted down on it. They're turning the other way and you want to go the other way. It's like, all right, yeah, it's not going to do that without breaking something.
Yep.
But if I'm constantly backing up or have to get the front light so it'll go the way I want, something's wrong.
Yep. 100% agree. The sixes on any kind of boulders or rocks, if I'm driving one of mine over that, I usually try to be careful with them because it's just so much force, so much weight there. Would I love to have a Reefs, Beast 2000? Sure. But like you said though, Ryan, when you put, when you put that servo in there, you got to change the pan hard, change all the front links, and you're gonna break a piece of plastic with one of those servos.
Oh, yeah, if you got some massive one. But if you know you can still be gentle when you get bound up and like, okay, I'm not going to ask this thing to move it's either got to move the rock or lift the truck to come and go the other way. Like, okay,
Yeah,
too much on a 25 pounder.
exactly.
I don't think it's too much on your rig, but it gets to be pushing it at a point.
No.
It's
And
nice having the strength there. I did the servo upgrade. One of my sixes has the servo upgrade in it. And it's, still not all that. I need to get in there and see if I can jack up the voltage to the servo.
Kirk and I we upped ours from I think we went to 8.4, I think, on both of them.
I
Which you see a little bit of a difference, but it's not really that noticeable. But for the trailing that we do with them, it doesn't really matter.
No, I just don't want to have to back up to get it light enough to go the direction I want. That's all. That's my okay, enough. And most ready to runs are giving you the bare bones that they can do. I mean, I think depending on who you talk to, most out of the box servos are a little underwhelming. It just depends what you're asking. And And honestly, until you know what you're missing, you don't know what you're missing.
Right.
I mean,
And
I got
I
a
like
reef servo in that Scout that may end up in this thing.
I would.
My trail truck doesn't need the reef servo like this Coyote does.
Exactly. You know, and I want a servo to be strong enough, and most of you guys all know where I'm going with this. I want something strong enough to be able to jiggle the front tires and get me moved over. You know what I'm saying? Position the front end somewhere that I want to be at, or to slowly slide off of something without tumbling the vehicle. That's really all I want. You know, and as long as you're not, you know, deep into Rock City and you're fighting the servo and the tires and you're bound up someplace, that's all I want a servo to do.
Yeah.
You know, and this Vertex, you know, it's like I kind of felt like I was not once on Saturday in all those tight positions we had to sing in. Not once did I feel like it was bound up to the point that, you know, okay, I'm on 4S. I'm gonna gas it and get out of there and not break anything. It never crossed my mind with this truck.
It did really good there, and I wasn't worried about it. And I thought it was really telling when you asked me what I thought about the servo. And I'm the first guy to always talk about them. You asked me what I thought about the servo, and I hadn't even noticed. And
Which is
so
a good thing.
it's like it's doing good enough I didn't notice it. And where we were is going to ask a lot out of the equipment, and it did great.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe someday they'll do a 10.3 version, Pete. That'd be sick.
Stuck on a pre-runner kick, man. Yes, he is. That thing, that's we were just talking about that, Pete. It looks so fun. I
Yeah,
got a real nice deadbolt sitting here, a 10-2 that could really stand a
man.
pre-runner
I
kick.
got it. I'm in. I'm in. I got the 10.2 kit, and I've just been waiting to get a 10.2 to do one. Maybe someday I can do it on 10.3.
Dude, you've seen this deadbolt of Dan's run. I mean, it's hot. Dude, this thing would be sick as a pre-runner.
I think it'd be nice because we could backpack it and then get somewhere sandy and do it.
Heck yeah, put some pal tires on the back and go have fun. Looks like Mr. Ramsey's out.
See you, Dad.
Have a good evening. Shady says, I just got a brushless servo for one of my cars and it's snappy. Awesome. Good to know.
Dude, I'm going to look at new releases real quick for these new tires I was talking about.
I think any servo that you can, you know, direct power is worth its weight in gold anymore nowadays.
Man,
there's some decent ones out there.
Did you see the Quake and the Grom? Gorgon Grom? You know what's cool about those? The 10 scale versions are 2-wheel drive, but the Groms are 4-wheel drive.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. But
yeah, I can't wait to drive your little Grom that's sitting up there.
Bro, these tires are totally for a pre-runner, and they're like, I think they're 4.45.
So what's the tread on? Are they pin tires or what?
No, man, they're BFG Baja TAs.
Oh, okay.
But they're, you know, they're good pre-runner front tires, bro.
Right on.
But here, I'll show you the picture of them on a pre-runner. Dude. Come on.
Dude.
For those tires, Pete.
That looked like Pete's truck that he said.
Link in the description, Pete. And then all you got to do is put in PRO 1028414 in the search bar. And, you know, buy me a half cup coffee.
A half a cup. Not a full cup, just a half.
Just half.
Just a half.
3 dudes, 1 truck.
I think if I remember right, seeing how Pete's around here, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to print him out something a while back. He sent me a link to it. I need to go back and find out what that was.
I need a 96 Ford Ranger, bro. That's your truck in the
So
pit?
yeah, so that okay. So I thought that looked familiar. I thought that was his. Dude, that thing looks so fun. So fun.
Dude, I'm ready to do one. I've been ready. That among other things that I'm wanting to do. But yeah, um,
We need to just find a couple old used 10-2s.
FOC ESC technology, love it. Love it, dude. We put brushless in most of our rigs now, whether it's Hobby Wing or the Spectrum systems. FOC, man, you got FOC on this new Vertex. We got FOC on our big sixes, and then we put them on our 10 scales. Now my Coyote's still rocking the stock everything, and it did fantastic this way. But I'm looking forward to getting brushless on it.
So
FOC.
Shady, I said it earlier in this show tonight, but say it again. If I buy a new RTR and it doesn't have a Hobby Wing fusion in it, I don't even power it up. I usually have the Fusion 1800 sitting in a box on the counter waiting for the truck to show up, and I will rip the brushed motor out of it and throw it over my shoulder and put the brushless in before I even power it on.
I should do that, but I run them stock for the video so folks know what they're going to get.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I do that, but I want to do what we already know what we want. And so I want to do it to everyone out of the box. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for your purposes, yeah, 100%. You want to do a run video right out of the box.
Something to compare to. Like not everybody's going to noodle on these things and wants to see what they're going to do out of the box. Same way I did my airplane videos for years. I just left them be so you knew what to expect. Jay Woody says Marco is printing a big 3-meter Stearman.
Marco Roland. So that Marco Roland is the guy that actually designed, and I actually I don't know if I did buy him, I think. The files for that GB, the airplane I printed out.
Yeah.
That's the same dude. It was a small GB, and then he did a big one, and I think it flew like crap. And I think he finally gave up on it. And yeah, now he's doing this big Stearman.
He needs an airplane guy with him. It's all CG, bro. It's all CG.
Yeah.
Jay Woody in the house.
I can hear my wallet flopping, Shady. Dude, my wallet stopped flopping months and months and years ago.
Well, if it's gonna flap, click the link in the Discro first.
Dude, mine burnt. Mine caught on fire and melted and burnt.
Jay Woody got a couple Spitshine CDs the other day and a couple buttons. He's a benefactor.
That's right, Mr. Holly. You're right, man. Shelf queens get the garbage power. The good stuff. The runners get the good things. Yep. 100%.
Seriously, that's why my scale, International Scout 10 scale, that's got a reef servo in it, is probably going to get robbed. If I can't get some, a new reef servo, I'm stealing that one.
Yep. Every 110 scale that I have here, Shady, has an 1800 Hobby Wing Fusion in it, 2-in-1, except for my little mullet truck is a 1200 kV Fusion 2-in-1. So I'm like, why in the hell would I need an 1800? Why do I need all that power in a 5-pound truck?
Dude, I run the 1800s and the 2300 stuff.
Yeah, dude, they're strong. I had a 2300 kV Fusion in my Sen 450, and what the hell did I do? I changed the pinion gear in it. Yeah, I put my phone in it, and I took it out and drove it up and down the street, and the thing was running like 31 or 32 miles an hour.
Jeez.
The dually, the 7450 dually, dude, it was an animal on that 2300 with
Was that locked
4S.
diffs? Was that locked diffs too?
Yep,
Oh my gosh.
yep. It was 31, almost 32 mile an hour.
That's crazy. It'd be faster with open diffs.
Right. Well, I just, I was like, hey, let's just put the other pinion in it and see what it does.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I wouldn't have wanted to pull my trailers with it, but it was fun just cruising up and down the street like blazes.
I like it when stuff comes with opinion where it's like, hey, you'll go faster with this, but don't use it. They're like, this is fast, but you don't want to be on grass or sand with this, like open streets.
Well, you were asking me if I put the speed pinion gear in that old Creighton I gave you.
Yeah, man. The way it was in the air, I thought maybe it had it.
Gosh, was
I never
released.
got rid of my. I had an M2 seat out Creighton. I never should have got rid of, dude. And I sold it because I got an EXB, and I was like, I'm not gonna need this one. And I literally wished I kept the OG I had
The
because
original.
I had it M2 seat out, dude.
Dude, was that your 6S or was it the 4S you had MC2'd out?
6S.
6. Because I know I drove one of your 4S's up to the hobby shop one day.
Oh, that thing's crazy, but it's plastic chassis and stuff.
They are.
You know, what's nice about the 6S stuff is if you break the gearbox, you don't have to replace the whole chassis. The bottom half of the gearbox on the plastic ones, you got to replace the whole chassis if you break the bottom half of the gearbox.
Chris, no, I didn't change any gears in the transmission. All I did was I had, what was it? Was it a 12? No, I'm trying to think. It was either a 12 tooth pinion. Yeah, I think I put a 15 on the motor, and it warmed it up big time. Like I said, it cruised. Yeah, so you swap to high gear to tranny. Yeah, dude. Dude, those dualies are bad to the bone. They pull a lot of weight. They're good vehicles. I sold mine to a buddy of mine, but
They look the part, you know.
especially because like I said, I took and broke the glue bead and took the original tires off, and I wound up putting Hyrex. Yeah, I put Hyrex tires all the way around on my Sen 450 because I mean we were pulling the trailers with heavy loads, and we're off, and climbing the dirt hills and stuff, and I wanted to have more meat on the tires.
Yeah.
It worked great. Kirk and I both. I mean, both of those trucks were great.
Yeah. Chris changed his tires too.
Yep. Yeah, there was nothing fun about getting those tires broke loose on that glue bead. That was nasty.
Yeah.
It would have been easier. It would have been easier just to buy all new. If you wanted to keep the same rims, it would have been easier to just buy all new rims.
Yeah.
Kirk actually took his dualies off, and for a while he ran just single tires on the back of his.
What are those? Like 1.5s? What are those rims? 1.7s?
I think they're like 1.7s, 1.75. It was a stretch to get the. No, I take that back. The Hyrexes, it was a stretch to get them on there. They might have been actually a little bigger.
Really?
They might have been twos or a weird size. But yeah, Kirk actually he had me put them on his Hyrexes that he bought because his hands weren't strong enough to get them on there. You had to really work them to get them on there.
I might have seen that somewhere. I still don't have a Pro Moto.
Bro, I think that motorcycle was on Josh's video when he was
Where I saw it?
I think so when he was walking the show about the end of the day. I think that's where I saw that.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out of Vegas right now.
Okay, yeah, Chris is saying the KG1s are bigger than my 2.2s. Yeah. I knew they were bigger. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Man,
man.
it's quiet tonight. We're gonna have to move to Saturday night and shake everybody
Well,
up.
I'm wiped out too, man. I'm wiped. The Helaman has 2.2s on it. After that Vertex, I'm like, I mean, I've been on that H10 kick for a minute, and I really like the 3D print stuff you can do with that H10, you know, to make it a little more my style than just the, you know, basic panels. But dang, dude, the Helaman's bigger.
You remember what my deadbolt, your old deadbolt that I bought from you? Remember what kind of an animal that thing was with those 2.2 Mickeys on there?
You couldn't keep it from rolling over though, bro.
Mm, yes. I
What you
mean,
said, what I think I talked you into moving the shocks down.
well, what I wound up doing was actually I put a set of those 12 millimeter hub adapters on there and pushed the wheels out to give me a little more stance because yeah, I mean I was up a little higher. So
Yeah,
yeah, I had to compensate for that.
that thing
You
was
go up, you got to
stupid.
go out.
That thing
Huh?
was it was ridiculous, and it was kind of stiff, wasn't it?
It was really stiff. Yep.
Just super stiff, bro.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then and then I think you loosened it up and got it wider. I thought you slammed it some. I thought you finally did the shock deal.
I did. I think I put desert lizards on there and just changed it all up, dropped it down.
Change it to the link positions. I mean, you drop it a half inch almost with that.
Yeah, and I think I might have went to actually shorter shocks on it too. But yeah, I did lower it
And then it
down
was
some.
way better planted,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
But
Yeah.
that shit was like a monster truck, dude, for the longest time.
Dude, it was gnarly, man. It was a
It was
gnarly wagon.
stiff though, bro. It was a monster truck stiff for a long time. And I mean it was meaner than hell, but it couldn't handle its own power
Dude, you had to be careful with it because I was breaking shit with it because it was, you know, those big tires.
and
I don't know
strong.
how
Yeah.
I don't know how many servo arms I broke with that thing.
I have had really I've broke a link and an axle once on a crawler. And it was the same one. It was a red cat that I had loaded up heavy with brass.
Was that the purple Scout? Yeah. I could see you breaking something on that. That thing was loaded to the
It's
gills.
pretty
Brass.
heavy. I took a coming off of something down onto something else at RC Fest, and that got me my axle.
It
But I'm
happens.
not mad at it. You know, I got all the brass on there you can buy for that truck. I went stupid. And it's actually a really good ride. I mean, it's spectrumed out now. It's got the brass. It's a good ride now. It's got deep dish on it, you know, desert lizards. It's for sale. It's got the light kit, interior, because you got see-through windows but no interior. I got an interior in it. It's not bad. I just don't I got so much cool stuff, man. I'm not driving it.
Yeah, you know, we're always getting new stuff and playing with new stuff. So it's you have fun with something for a while and it's time to turn it and let somebody else have fun with it and move on. You know, that's
Yeah,
what it's
dude.
about. Kind of like
Yeah.
my airplanes. Kind of like what we're going to do Saturday, dude. Get rid of
My
some
list of
airplanes.
wants keeps getting bigger. Like I was talking about getting a VS410 kit. I've been talking about the optic. Now I threw in the Helaman. My head is a little bit thinking about Capra, but probably not. Maybe. But To me, the Capra looks like it needs to sit down, like it's tall. Is that straight axle, the Capra?
I think Kirk's is. I don't know if there's two different models of that or what. But
There
you know
is.
what? Before I act like say something stupid like I normally do, I'm gonna go look.
I'm looking now.
I can't remember what if they have. Where's Pete at?
Well, the new one is four-wheel steer out of the box, right? Isn't it?
I think so. Yep.
The
So
red
that's
one,
straight axle.
the red one was four-wheel steer out of the box. I think it's portals. I can't tell from these pictures. Maybe not.
Pete says portals on the OG, the original one. Gosh, maybe Kirk's is. It must be. I don't remember. Because Kirk's is one of the OGs. It's not one of the new ones.
You know, at first I didn't want the Helamon because it's got so many differences. I was like, it's its own whole new set of parts.
Yep.
But dude, the size. And I'm pretty sure the Helamon's portals. Yeah, it is. And it's got a lot of differences, different portal gears, different diffs, different lots of stuff, different size. 14.2 wheelbase.
Brother, before you buy a Capra, why don't you just build up a mullet with some axial axles? Put a 45 on the front, and then what's the portal number on the is it a 44?
Yeah, I think so.
Put a 44 on the back, put a 45 on front.
Well, shoot, the Coyote's already got portal on the back. It's half of a mullet now.
Yeah, but dude, for $300, you could build yourself a nice mullet.
Well, yeah, for just an axle, this one can be. It's got that adjustable panhard, so you can just
Yeah, but what's the frame on that? Is it an LCG frame? I don't think it is it?
No, it's just 10.3.
So I mean, you'd want an LCG chassis.
The best part about the LCG is the breakover at the skid.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you should build one like what I've got.
There's really something to those high clearance links, man. That's crazy, but it is.
Yeah, but it goes back to the same thing like we talked about on Saturday. With the Vanquish kit. You got to turn the front end of the diff over, and then your drive shaft's hanging down below like mine is, just below the high links. I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but the nice thing is I have another straight axle here that's in pieces, kind of, and I'm going to take it apart and see if my gearing in that one is set to allow me to turn over my diff, so that way everything's above. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't mind building the
Vanquish
one. I wouldn't mind building the Vanquish mullet. This
it's
is
just
so
I got
I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at mine, see how my output shaft is above or below my high clearance links.
Yeah.
So I've got another set of gears in here that I think might allow me to flip that back over and get my output shaft up higher.
Oh yeah.
So I can flip that thing back over and have it where it's supposed to be. Shay says his portal's front and back a hippie. I don't know, Shady, but I can tell you this much: the next body I'm gonna put on my mullet, I'm gonna use some freaking chia pet seeds.
I can't get over how good this bottom is though now. So clean. These, my gosh.
Dude, I'm thinking about taking these rock sliders off of this Vertex. I hate them. I'm gonna get rid of them.
Let's see.
I want to get rid of them, bro. Let me get wrestled around here, bro. I want to get them off of there.
They don't bother me at all.
I want them gone. Less is better.
Yeah, then you'll be in your body though.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's the worst sound ever. Lexan over rocks. Puke.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Puke.
Rattle it up. Scratch it up. Rattle up. Break it. Who cares?
Cha-cha-chia.
Chia, that's right, dude. There wouldn't be anything better than putting chia pet seeds and watching them grow and just create a mullet on a body. Gosh, come on. Now, since I said that, somebody's gonna do it. You could have dude, Pete. That's what somebody needs to do. A chia pet mullet. A chia pet mullet build. Now we're thinking outside the box.
The cravings box.
Dude, I never ate dinner, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, you know what? I'm about ready to fly out of here and go eat dinner and chill out.
I turn on my DoorDash to Elkhart, man, delivered to you.
Be the worst. It's like saying rubbing on wheels. Looks so embarrassing. It is. It is. It is.
Forget a pocket knife. Just have Lexan scissors in your pocket. Portable Dremel.
Roll outless. Yeah, there's lugs on Lexan. Yeah, it sucks. And honestly,
3D prints are quieter when you rub.
is it our Chevys, our 54 Chevys, the 3D printed bodies for the sixes? I know Kirk's rubs. I'm pretty sure mine rubs. I know for a fact that my black bug truck body, it
Yeah.
rubs.
I cut my arches, remember?
That's right. Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah, you cut them way up first time.
The first time I overcut them, it's like I was making a comp rig.
Right.
And then I reprinted them and cut them the same diameter as the same arc, same geometry as the tire.
Dude, check this out before you wreck it. Before I wreck it.
Do it.
There it is, man, in all of its glory.
Bro, it's in a bag.
I know, dude. I bagged it. It's a dog in a bag, man.
Are you an old woman? Like you can't sit on the furniture unless there's plastic on it?
Bro, the cat gets up there and lays down. I'm like, man, I can't have that. So I bagged it, bro. But I'm gonna take it downstairs and put it in the basement. And then next time it comes out of the bag is gonna be Axial Fest.
That's crazy.
The Mutt Cuts truck, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got rid of that Wrangler and Honcho body I had.
You did?
Yeah.
There's mine, man. Sitting there ready to go, bro. Dirty as can be.
I shipped out the Honcho body last week.
Oh, so you did sell the Honcho body. Awesome.
Yeah.
I bought the Wrangler body, so you're flying. You're flying. Yeah, Jay Woody, Dumb and Dumber. You bet you. Go onto my channel, man. Look at my run video of it. We beat the living snot out of this
It was,
body and the chassis.
it was hilarious, dude.
Dude, the legs flop, man, the tail wags around. It's awesome.
The furs flowing in the wind.
Yeah. Dumbest build I've ever done, man. It's fun. Whatever.
Seriously, I need to. I'm a little jonesing on the printer, dude. I want to get another one or two done before it gets too cold to stand them outside. But man, I got to move something. Now that it's not like I'm all comp or performance. I love my scale rigs, but I'm like, some of the stuff we've been doing lately, I look at the stuff I have and I'm like, nope, that's not doing that. That's not doing that. That's not doing that. You know what I mean? Big travel all, trimmer's truck. My only beater 6 is that F250 Highboy with a red door.
Yeah, and you couldn't even keep up with. Well, I mean, it's a completely different platform, but you and Kirk were having issues just even running where we were at Saturday with them.
There, because of where we took it, we never would have.
Yeah.
Just like I said in my videos, this is an area we walk past most of the time.
Yep.
Because we already know. And so I put my Ford in some positions, as good as it is for what it is, that it's like, bro, I gotta pick it up or put a foot on it because I'm not even I'll break it.
Right.
But it makes sense. I mean, look at it, compare them just on visual, and it's like it makes perfect sense.
Right. Dude, I've been tempted, bro. I've been so tempted to take my Mickeys off and put them on this Vertex and try it and see what it would do with the Mickeys on it. Just, to see what other tires do, how they do on it.
What tires are on their stock?
There's no identifier on them anywhere. They're a no-name situation.
Dude, I can't hardly get across town. I can't DoorDash unless my wife's done with the car. When you buy a $400 truck and spend $1,000 in upgrades, you still see a $400 truck that's awesome, or think that cost me $1,400. I see a $400 truck that's awesome, and don't think about the rest.
What I think about is I got a $400 truck that kicks butt. I've got $1,400 in it, and I'm gonna sell it to somebody else for $200. Right? That's about how.
They act like you're asking too much.
Yeah, it's all beat up, man.
I know what I got.
But you know what? In all honesty, on that point, I keep all my manuals, the bag that comes in the stock, truck box. When I take the 35 turn or whatever it is, the brush motor off, I take that, the speed control, all that, and put it in the bag with the manual, and then I keep all that stuff. And anything I do upgrade wise on that vehicle, I keep all the original parts. And you know what? If I sell one of them, I'm like, which I have recently, I'm like, do you want it back stock or do you want it the way it is?
Dude.
And they're like, well, why would you ask me that? I'm like, because I've got $150 motor in that, and I've got this on it, I've got this on it, I've got an aftermarket servo that was this much. I'm like, I've got a ton of money in aftermarket upgrade parts. If you don't want to pay me for, something that is, a certain percentage close to this, I'm like, well, I'm going to take all that shit off and put the original stuff back on it, and I'll cut you one hell of a deal on it.
Right.
I give them that option.
Same money, dude. I'm taking the good stuff out.
Right, because I'll use it on something else.
Yeah, dude. If it's a $500 rig and you can't get more than 2 out of it, then take out your good servo and motor and receiver.
Exactly. I'll put all the stock stuff back on it. You know, whatever.
I have
I'm gonna give you a huh?
I got a ton of brushed motors, man.
Oh, I do too. I could probably build a house with brush motors at this point. For sure. So, but anyway, so I do that just knowing that somebody wants a good deal on something, I'll give you a good deal, but I'm gonna put it back stock.
You know,
And you're gonna get stock radio, everything. I'm gonna put the other receiver in it, the stock receiver, all the stock shit. You're gonna get
I've
a
definitely
box
overbuilt
stock.
I've overbuilt some trail rigs. But man, once you go brushless FOC, it is so hard to not want that.
Well, it was a little bit driving me nuts driving your Coyote on Saturday with the stock system in it, because you don't have that drag brake to hold you where you want it.
Not as
And it's
yeah.
once you're used to driving with the FOC and the brushless, dude, it's extremely hard for me to drive something that's stock out of the box with a brush motor on it.
I'm waiting to see if I'm going to get a Spectrum 2300 in this. If I don't, it's probably going to be Hobby Wing.
Well, in that truck and what you're trying to accomplish with it, you need to keep it all Spectrum, in my opinion.
Yeah, but man, I mean, the Hobby Wing one is what, $80, 1,800.
But
It's $200 for a 2300 Spectrum.
sure, I get it. But at the same time, though, with what the upgrades you're doing and the series that you're doing, just it would kind of make more sense to be able to keep it all, Spectrum.
Well, yeah, it didn't make sense to keep it axial, but the part numbers were wrong in the video. I'm already on Vanquish parts.
It does no good to read the damn manual now, does it? It lets you right down a bad blind path. That's why I don't read manuals. I start digging in, and you know what?
Fine. It's a video talking about the upgrade potential. I believed you.
How to take your overdrive out of your Coyote. I love it.
Bro, I'm telling you, you want to see me cussing?
Dude, I'm laughing with love, man.
Join the
crap,
channel.
I've been
I'll
there too.
post it up to members, bro. It's 2 nights I pissed on making a tutorial for how to do the overdrive. First night I put it in the front. Nope. Second night I put it in the back. Nope. I removed the overdrive by putting it in the back. And I got nothing for doing it in the front because it's the same gear that's in its stock.
So how's it sit right now? Is it no overdrive, no underdrive, or is it underdrive?
I did once I hit the wall last night on the rear end, I turned the camera off and I'm like, okay, I'm putting it back the way it was because none of this worked. And I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm doing 2 nights tutorial videos to add another 10% overdrive. And I'm going to walk away with none at all now.
That's good stuff, man.
So I sat here, forget the camera, forget standing weird and dancing around the tripod and all that horse shit, and put it back. So I'm 2 nights of wrenching on it to have it stock out of the box. Right? I mean, I'm a pro at overdrive ring and pinion changes now.
So the good thing is you should be able to be like NASCAR Willie now and have that new ring and pinion in there in 45 minutes when you get it.
Oh, half an hour.
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
It's easy. It's easy.
Well, you gotta actually pull the tires off and
off, portal covers off.
You gotta pop the axles
gears
out.
You got to undo some links and shocks so you can get to the back end of the differential to undo the diff cover.
Yep.
Pull the spool out. Take the ring gear off the greasy spool. Put the new one on.
That sounds like a good time, honestly.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You want cussing? Join the channel. I'll post it up, but it won't be public. Members only.
Nice. I might have to become a member to watch that.
You folks got to ask for it somewhere, though. Go to the comment section of the Coyote video and make something happen.
Nice. All right.
That's a good
Brother.
video. All three of us running it.
Oh, I think all the videos that we launched, off from last Saturday were really, really great. They were all a little different. They all, had a little different taste to them, and it was great. Good
And they
stuff.
got those are serious rocks, man. Those got worked out. Those trucks got worked.
Dude, when I was there today, when I stopped on my lunch to try and find your damn selfie stick, I was walking around there and I'm like, I was like, damn it. I'm like, oh, damn it, Ryan. I wish I had my Vertex with me. Cause I walked around that whole rock area,
Were
like
you looking in the rocks or outside?
outside of the rocks.
Once you get to that spot, bottom right.
Dude, I went all the way down. That's why I was
logs?
wondering.
Was there two logs laying there next to each other?
Dude,
Kind of about this big?
There's two logs laying together all over the place.
I mean,
I went
right
to
each
from
other.
where you enter in from where we parked at into that trail, and you turn and go towards the rocks. I walked that trail down past the rocks, clear down to the bottom, because you were like stay to the right down at the bottom at the back of the rocks. And I was looking along the trail. I walked all the way around the whole rocks, everything.
Right before you get to the bottom, there's two trees laying down, rotten, maybe about this big, next to each other.
Yeah.
And it would have been laying in between them.
Oh, I probably didn't see it then. It's all right. You can get it Sunday. I'm sure it'll still be there.
It'll still be there. I laid it in there because I'm like, I laid it down there and I'm like, don't forget this. And I totally did.
Nice. All right. I'm going to scoot because my bladder's about ready to burst.
Let's go. All right, man. I'm out. See you later, dudes. We're out here in 5. Hanging Rats Forever. We'll 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. Go watch a stinking video, will you? Leave a comment. Check out Kelly's channel, linked in the description. We did Coyote and Vertex videos on both channels. Show them some love. If you get inspired, whatever, man, click the link. Put that cookie on you, man. If you're going to go shopping, help out the channel, please. If you like seeing what we're doing with these things, those kinds of things help there to be more things to do without having to reverse mortgage the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm door dashing for pinion gears. You know what I'm saying? I'm door dashing for beadlocks. Let's go. If you click the link, you can door dash less. All right. See ya. Bye now.
See y'all.